Good evening and welcome to another edition of Evening Prayers. I'm your host, Reverend. As always, it's my pleasure to be here with you, engage in the sacred art of prayer to raise our vibrations to the level of the divine. Everyone is having a wonderful day and have had a wonderful weekend of Thanksgiving and spending that time with family and friends and tuning our bodies and minds and souls to the divine element in us all. And so I want to say thank you for being. I am such enamored with everyone that's been here for the holiday season, supporting us, and I'm in this mood now. Balance is of the order. You know, I look at what's going on with the holiday. We find ourselves, eating and sharing time with friends and all these things that allow us to get out of balance. And so tonight I want to focus on this whole idea of balance and allowing ourselves to open up to what it looks like and tap into it for the rest of the holiday season. So I wanted to start out with this quote that I think kind of sets and then we'll go from there. It says this: there is no such thing as work-life balance or life. The balance has to be within you. The balance has to be within you. And it's so appropriate during the holiday season because there's so many things pulling on us for our time and for our energy. And I think once we can understand what we are and that there's no such thing as work-life balance, it's about balance inside. It's about us finding out who we are and what that looks like. Because I like to think of it as this: each one of us are like a puzzle with many different aspects of our being that come together to form this person that you and I are, and that are made up of different components like work and play and rest and energy and communication, just to name a few. But the other end of that is balance. When we find balance inside and not have to worry about trying to find a work, balance is that state that we achieve when all the aspects of our life and ourselves are in harmony. That when the life force flows through us in the state of equilibrium, because nothing feels out of sync, we're in balance. It is necessary to have the satisfactory energy and joy for life to keep us moving forward, to help us determine where we're headed. And the way we do that, the way we achieve balance, it requires one thing of us. It requires to assess and know what's important to each and every one of us. Now, I can't tell it to you, and you can't tell me what's important to me. Each one of us has to do the deep work to find the different elements of us and begin to cultivate that so that the pieces of the puzzle, the divine light that is within us and that we are, begins to the pieces and shine brighter and brighter and brighter and bring us forth in this way of serving and supporting and living and loving and joyous about life. Because when we can do that, now we can stand back and really begin to have an effect not only in our own, but in the lives of all those around us by exemplifying that balance. And as the song that Kenny Rogers always has, that know when to hold them and know when to fold them, know when to walk away and know when to run. That is what that balance does when we're able to find that. During the holiday season, there'll be so many things pushing on us and so many things pulling on us. I think that's what we need, is to find that, lean into that balance and to allow it to uplift us, to support us, and to support those around us with being exactly are and what we were created to be. And so when we're able to do that, when we're able to step forth in that kind of a way, the bounty and the grace of the divine are laid before us. And we are able to be the change in the world that we, to be the catapulting idea bringer, or the idea itself that activates in the lives of others, in our own lives. And so with that, I would like to go into prayer. And I just want to bring that quote back up once more so we can kind of center as we step into prayer. There is no such thing as a work-life balance. It's all life. The balance has to be within you. The balance has to be within you. And so with that on our hearts and our minds, and allowing ourselves to just settle into that idea of the balance within, let's just take a deep breath. And as we release, we begin to sense that balance or lack thereof in our bodies as we balance the in and out breath. That represents the flow of the divine energy of God moving through all things and allowing each and every one of us to step forth in a way that is authentic and unique, that allows us to be exactly who God has created us to be, and allow that to stand and shine brightly. Because I know that there is only one power, there's only one source that animates and activates all things in the universe, and that each and every one of us are endowed with that energy, with that light, with that spirit that makes us who and what we are as emanations of the Most High God. And because we are the ones that we have been waiting for, we now activate that light within, and we find ourselves balancing the different things in our lives. And so I know that with that idea, with that understanding, with that activation in our very soul, I declare right here, right now, for each and every one of us, and any of those that are in the sound of my voice that may hear it now or hear it later, that we find that harmony within, that we put together the puzzle pieces of our lives, of our personalities, of our relationships, of our careers, and we allow them to be beautifully and magnificently displayed, to be an example of the light of the divine that shines through in all aspects of who and what we are, to help ease any difficulty that we may find and that may catapult us into the next level of understanding and activation and all the things that we do as we continue to travel the spiral of life and begin to uplift all those that are around us. Because we are entities of light that brings forth energy and brightness and light and love to everything that we do. And so it is in that understanding, it is in that container, it is in that bringing forth of the light that I give thanks. I give thanks to be a vessel of the light. I be thankful for the idea that light is the way of the world and that it allows us to shine forth any and everything that we need when we open ourselves to the divine. And so it is in that thanksgiving that I humbly and openly surrender myself to this light and to God itself, and release this prayer into a law that is always working, a law that is always activating and creating and multiplying all that it touches. And I know that these words are filled with that light and that energy, and that it will touch each and every one of our lives. So I just release it. I let it go. I know that it is so. And so it is. Amen, amen, and amen. And so I know that as we continue to look for and search for this balance in our lives, that it will be blessed upon us and activated in all that we do. And so, as always, I want to thank you for being with us tonight. And as good prayer practitioners, if there's anyone in need of prayer, please send forth your prayers to prayer@ntmedia.org, and the prayer team will activate some prayer energy towards a person, place, thing, or situations that needs healing, revealing, celebrating. It does not matter. Prayer is an activative container for all things. And as always, we appreciate your support. So please continue to support us by donating, by going to www.newthoughtmedia.network.org and push the donate button, or support us at ntmedia.org and then click the donate button. There are many different ways that you can get to us and help support the station and the work that we do. So we are happy that you are here with us, and we want your support. And so we've completed another week. Next week, we start a whole new month, and we get started to bring in the new year. And so we will begin to focus on this whole idea of continuing to become who we are, continuing to unfold the greatness that is within us. And so please join us, as always, every morning at 8:15 and every evening at 8:15 for the daily and nightly prayers that anchor us and send us forward, and all of the different programming that we have scheduled for next week. You can find that on the website, and it will be there to guide you and to let you know that we are continuing to expand, and we have 20 plus hours each day of programming to support our spiritual growth, upliftment, and enjoyment. So with that, I thank you once again. Peace and blessings. Go in light. And so it is. Amen.